The Sudanese army has recaptured the presidential palace in the capital Khartoum from occupying rebel forces. It could be a decisive turning point in the country's brutal civil war. Both sides are accused of widespread atrocities in a conflict that's devastated one of Africa's poorest regions. The war began 2 years ago when a paramilitary group, the RSF, challenged the army in a vicious struggle for power. Since then, tens of thousands of people have died, and more than 8 million have been forced to flee their homes. Our correspondent Barbara Plett Usher reached Khartoum as the army gained control and has sent this report.
Hands up and triumphant, seizing back Sudan's presidential palace, an important symbol of power. Inside, remnants of heavy fighting against the paramilitary RSF. Now, the army's recaptured much of Khartoum's strategic center. We were given access as the military launched this offensive.
These troops are heading into the battle zone in Khartoum, says the army, to carry out a special operation against RSF fighters there.
The intense battles followed weeks of an army advance. These videos posted by soldiers showing the surge towards the palace. But military successes don't ease the civilian cost of the war. At this morgue, more victims of shelling, this time a man and his wife. They were taking their boy to preschool, a neighbor tells us. Next to him, the dead man's brother, still in shock. This neighborhood is in the line of fire between the army and the RSF. Little Omnia was in her mother's arms when the shell struck. Her survival seen as a miracle, orphaned along with 3 brothers.
We'll tell them exactly what happened, about the shelling and the war. They are the generation of the future. We will not allow this to affect them in the future. We will try to make up to them the affection of their mother and father, even though it's hard.
Yet again, the women gather to mourn. Nothing like normal life is possible, they tell me.
We wake up and fall asleep to the sound of shelling. The children are always in a state of terror. We are always in a state of sadness.
The scale of death is measured by the expanding graveyard. These fresh graves, we're told, hold victims of RSF fire. But both sides are condemned for war crimes, the army accused of mass killings elsewhere. Abdin Durma dug graves before the war. Now he does nothing else. The dead due also to a health system overwhelmed by conflict. Bodies come straight from the hospital, he says. 25, 30, sometimes 50 per day.
There's no time to sleep until the last body is buried, and then I sleep for half an hour or 15 minutes until I get another call. People die from bullets, from shelling. People are killed sitting in their homes. There's so much death.
The army now believes it's on course to retake the rest of the capital. But they remain a long way still from winning the war. And the wounds of this conflict will continue to haunt Sudan. Barbara Plett Usher, BBC News in the Sudanese capital.